Hello, I'm Nari McDiarmid for miningnews.net, and it's good to be speaking again with Murray Hill, the Managing Director and Chief Executive at Elevate Uranium. And Murray, the uranium price has certainly shot up since we last spoke. In fact, your website says it's a fantastic time to be in the industry. But for anyone unfamiliar, can you just start by describing Elevate Uranium?
Yeah, hi, Nara. It's nice to be here. Well, we shot up by 70% since we last spoke in August last year. That's one big rise. So yeah, quite exciting times to be in the uranium industry, as you pointed out. And Elevate Uranium is a uranium-focused exploration company, ASX listed, 4 rigs working in Namibia, with a fifth one coming on stream. Probably one of the most active uranium exploration companies on the ASX, and doing very well with a lot of discoveries over the last few years. So yeah, as you say, very exciting times to be in the uranium industry. A lot of interest around.
Can we take a close look at your flagship project in Namibia, Copies, and what the highlights are of that project?
Yeah, highlight since we spoke last year, we've increased the resource by 136%. From 20 million pound, we're now at 48 million pounds. So we've now we've had 3 drill rigs working on that since May last year. We've got 3 rigs still working on it, and those rigs are going to produce some drill results that will enable us to do an update on the resource in March this year. And then those rigs will move on to indicated drilling. So we want to take the resource from inferred to indicated so we can begin technical studies, because this is a project we want to take forward. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to start collecting bulk samples for metallurgical test work. So our upgrade process that adds significant value, because we can reduce the mass to be leached to less than 5%, lowers the capital costs, operating costs, by roughly half compared to conventional processing, gives us optionality as to how we develop the project. Because when you're less than 5%, you can either leach that on site and refine it yourself, or you can take it off site. So that's the optionality we've got with this upgrade process. So we want to go and do some test work in the lab, and then get the parameters to then build a pilot plant, and hopefully start that pilot plant next year. So really finishing off the inferred drilling and then moving to indicated and moving study phase and proving our upgrade process. So yeah, we're advancing it quickly now.
Well, those are some pretty big plans for 2024, and obviously copies is your main focus. But Murray, do you have anything else planned for some of your other projects that you have at Elevate?
Yeah, we have a lot planned. With 3 rigs, I said, we've got a fourth one working now, and that's working on taking some of our discoveries. So we had 4 discoveries in the last 4 years. Copies is the first of those. So we're going to take a couple of the other discoveries to resources, maiden resources. We're going to bring a fifth rig in March, and that rig will be focused on new discoveries. So we're going to be drilling in March 125 holes per week. Each rig doing 25 holes per week. 5 rigs, 125 holes. Each of those holes is costing us about $1,000. So we're going to get through a lot of holes. We're not going to break the budget doing it, right? And we believe we're going to get some very significant results. So very exciting for us to be in Namibia. It's a great jurisdiction to be in. Rossing Uranium Mine been operating for 48 years continuously, indicating that the conditions in Namibia are fantastic for uranium mining. And then the other thing is Australia. We've got assets in Australia. We've got 48 million pound of assets in Australia. With 2 main projects, the Angela project south of Alice Springs. We've identified through seismic work the lens that's mineralised, and the seismic work also identified a lens beneath that. We now want to go and drill it. Is that lens mineralised? Don't know. Maybe. We'll find out. Go and drill it. Minerva, the other side of Alice Springs, it was discovered in 1978. Hasn't been drilled since 1978. In fact, the Italians drilled it. All those supporters at the Australian Open would have been happy, wouldn't they? With the Sinner winning the Australian Open. So we want to go and drill that. So go and drill it, find out what the structure looks like. Is it mineralised? What's a mineralised structure look like? So how do we sort of, I suppose, take the next step in in our drilling program on that? So not just focused on Namibia, also focused on Australia, because we see the uranium price sitting at over $100 now. It's very exciting for the industry, and we really need to do more work on our Australian assets, which is what we're planning to do.
That's a pretty hefty work schedule that you've outlined there, Murray. So, in terms of who's driving the company forward, what would you like investors to understand about Elevate's management team?
They're good looking. Oh no, actually, they're not really, are they? You're right. That was a laugh. So I don't think you believe me. So look, we're wise, we're old, we're grey. We've been in the industry for a long time. We're a small board, we're nimble. and we're not big in the management end. So we don't have 10 executives sitting here drawing a lot of money out of the company. We've got 2 executives, right? So we're a small team, but we're very productive. Very productive. We, as I said, we've got a lot of discoveries in Namibia. We've been kicking a lot of goals, so we're certainly doing a good job from a management perspective, if you rate yourself. And then, so look, we think we've built the team, we've built the company well, and we're really not going to rest on our laurels. We want to move, and as I say, we're aggressive. We've got 5 rigs working this year in Namibia, and we're going to be drilling in Australia. So you won't hear too many people mention that. We're planning a very strong year this year.
Well, those are obviously what helps set Elevate apart. But in terms of summing up, Murray, what would you say are the investment highlights of the company?
We're geographically diverse in Namibia and Australia, so we're focused in 2 countries. We're only focused on uranium. It is the hottest commodity on the planet. You like that one, don't you? You get it. Very hot. So there's a lot of interest in the market from uranium investors, and even now people are jumping on board uranium because they see it as the huge potential. But we've got 4 discoveries in 4 years. We've got a history of discovering uranium. One of those discoveries is now 48 million pound and growing even more. We're going to take that forward through indicated drilling and metallurgical test work, through piloting and studies. We continue to add rigs to our portfolio in Namibia, and we're going to explore and find new discoveries, take some of our discoveries through to maiden resources, and then get drilling in Australia. So there's a lot of things happening from an investment point of view, a lot of interest in the commodity. And why is there interest in the commodity? I mean, the uranium price has gone up. Why? Because the use of uranium for baseload energy is instrumental in moving forward, and we need low carbon emission power, and that's what uranium provides. Renewables don't cut the mustard. We're finding out that there's a lot of mistruths being told over the years about them. They don't provide backup power. They cost us a lot more than the government's prepared to admit, and they're also having it funded by government. So we really need uranium to feed this nuclear demand, and that's growing and growing through the industry. So it's a very exciting time to be in the uranium industry. Investors are jumping over themselves to come and talk to us, which hasn't happened for donkey's years. So we're in a good position, and investors should be very happy to ride Elevate as we all elevate together, Nari.
Well, Murray, all the best for the very busy year ahead.
Thank you very much.